So, you're playing Hunty Zombies and you don't know what weapons to use. Well, lucky for you, as I will be covering the top 5 best weapons to use in Hunty Zombies. However, I've put in a few rules. These being rule number 1, no divines. This also includes raid and limited weapons, as we already know these weapons perform way better than all the other weapons, and we already know they're realistically the best in the game. Rule number 2, how beginner friendly they are. And rule number 3, how good they are up until late game. So with that being said, subscribe and let's get straight into it. So the first weapon we're going to be covering today is the chainsaw. It is definitely going to be taking the 5th spot because it is a very good legendary. Yeah, you heard me right, this is a legendary weapon and it's taken the 5th spot. The reason it's this low is because it's just come out. So it's kind of hard to really show how good this weapon is. So we're going to run a game on Carnival Nightmare, see exactly how well it is. Just for reference, I am currently using Devil Horns and Reaper's Scarf, in addition to the AP attack passive synergy. And also, I will be equipping the Reaper's Pet and the Spooky Cat Pet. Without further ado, let's just show exactly why this weapon has taken the 5th spot. Okay, so we're in the game. Just for reference, the chainsaw does do a base damage of 6, by the way. I did test this out in my last video if you guys want to check that out. So obviously, I won't be testing it as... I won't be reviewing it for as long as the other weapons in this game, because I've already made a whole video on it, and I don't want to bore the people that have seen that video. So, straight away, with everything I've got on, it does 34 damage, 42 crit, and then... you can just basically 2-tap anything that's above the base zombie HP, which is already pretty neat. And then if we go over to the Z ability, the Chain Sprint Redline, it does 55 damage and you kind of just charge them. That is busted, 55. And I'll tell you right now, this is pretty decent for raid bosses. Like, I tried the Shogun boss and we completed it in about 3 minutes. And yes, I did have Reaper's Scythe equipped, but I did like 3,000 damage because of all the abilities, which already tells you this weapon, damage-wise, is very good. Like, straight off the bat, very good. So we're going to try a Fuel Storm Reaver, and you kind of just walk into him, deal an unholy amount of damage, 169. So already, yeah, the weapon's abilities are very good. And then the last one, Blood Ignition. You kind of just swing it at them, and it does about 84 damage, and it does like 170 crit, which, you know, busted. Straight busted. So we're going to try the ultimate now, and go on to the next weapon. Alright, so we got all the zombies. Let's try our ultimate now. So already you can hear them all die. And look, it just instantly wipes the floor with them. Like, the zombies have no competition. But yeah, that's the chainsaw. Highly recommend getting this if you're just starting out in the game, because it is so good damage-wise. Like, even when you're just starting out, it does 6 damage base damage. But like, in a normal mode, with the weapons abilities, you're going to be sweeping that. Hard mode, sweeping it. Even Nightmare, you can sweep it. Because all you need is the chainsaw's abilities. So that is why it is in the 5th spot. So the next weapon we're going to be talking about is the hand fan. Now, why is it at the 4th spot? Well, I'm glad you asked. And I'm exactly going to show you why. Because much like the chainsaw, it is a very new weapon. It came out last week. So the chainsaw came out yesterday, as of recording this. And the hand fan came out last week. And already you can see straight away, look, it does 33 damage. Its attack speed is pretty decent. And you can kind of just clear with just the weapon. The decent attack speed and the damage is not why this is on the list. You're about to see why it's on the list, my friend. The only reason I haven't put this one higher is because of its Z ability. Look at this. 9 times out of 10 it misses. It does 55 damage, but you kind of got to like have distance from the zombies to use it. But I always miss it and it's annoying. It's my least favorite ability in the game. Only because you have to be way further back to even aim and hit the zombies. So it's pretty good when you first open the door, I guess. But the other 2 abilities, like Twin Bloom Cross, 108 damage, by the way, and it has a little second attack, which those zombies sadly didn't live to see the tail of. And then Butterfly Cascade, yeah, it throws massive quote-unquote butterfly blade term. Like, it is so good. All of its abilities are so nice to use. Highly recommend getting this because new weapon and new OP weapon, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, this probably isn't as good for raids as Chainsaw, but come on. The abilities charge up fairly quickly. I don't know if that's because of my pets, but obviously I wouldn't say on any of these weapons I've put on this list to upgrade too far. Like, literally put like one upgrade on them because it is not worth spending millions on trying to upgrade these weapons to max when you're bound to get a divine in the future. So that's why I made this list, just for like the beginners, mid-tier, you know how it is. And that's why there's no divines, because everyone knows the divines are the best, okay? So we're gonna charge up our ultimate, and then I'll get back to you and show you just how good this ultimate really is. Right, we have the ultimate now. Let's open up all these doors. Hopefully not die. And let's try. So as you can see, it does 30 damage and just keeps stacking. And look, it just sweeps it. Like, I know it's an ultimate, they're all gonna sweep, but some are way better than others. Like, you could have the ultimate like Priest. I don't know if it's been updated, but on day 1, that was by far the worst ultimate I have ever seen in the game. But yeah, no, that is the hand fans, and that is why they take the 4th spot. I highly recommend getting these. These are very, very good. But what weapons that aren't divine are better than them? Well, let's go ahead and see, shall we? Right, on to the 3rd best weapon. Now, what could it possibly be? I'm glad you asked. It is the 1st best weapon in this game. The 1st mythic. The 1st meta weapon in the game. The greatest weapon to use when it first launched. It is the katana. Yep, I love the katana. Could it have been lower? Maybe. Obviously, chainsaw and hand fan are very good, but come on, it's the katana. It's still really good even in today's game. Like, it is amazing, and I highly recommend using it, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Now, I do know this weapon was reworked a tiny bit to the last time I did use it. So let's try it. So it does 34 base damage with 42 crit, which is already lovely to see. The Void Shatter ability, I believe, was reworked. Yeah. So it does 47 damage and about 53, or was that 58 crit damage? I think it was 53. So yeah, Void Shatter used to bring them to you, but you get flung really far back. So they reworked it where it doesn't do that. It literally just keeps them in place, but cuts them up. Alright, let's try Blade Burst now. So that does 42 damage, 52 crit. That is a lovely ability to use. You can kind of just sweep any zombies that are nearly about to kill you, which is why it's pretty good early game. Right, let's try a Fleeting Cut now on these poor old zombies. Okay, cheers door for like blocking the view, but it does 42 damage. It's a very nice ability to use, as it does have like reoccurring damage. So for like 2 seconds, it will just keep slashing away, so it doesn't just do 42 damage to the zombies. It can do upwards of 100 damage, which is why I put it at the 3rd spot. I think the abilities on this weapon are really nice to use, and also the ultimate is really good to use. So without further ado, I'm gonna get my ult charge up and show you exactly what I mean about this. Right, I got the ultimate now, so let's try it and show exactly why I have put this at the numero. Is it tres? I don't know my Spanish. Let's try. Gosh. It looks so good as well. The animations are amazing. I don't know how you didn't die. You kind of ruined the video there. What the hell? But yeah, basically it creates a massive field of just loads of slashes. It does 30 damage, but it keeps doing it. So it stacks and kills basically every zombie. Minus those bomber zombies. I don't know why they didn't die. They usually do die, but it also does push them out to the end, so they probably did get pushed too far, so they couldn't get hit. But yeah, that is the 3rd weapon on today's list. On to the 2nd best weapon in my eyes. Let's get it. Right, now the 4th weapon we're going to be trying, so the 2nd best in my eyes, that is not a divine, limited, or raid weapon, is the Anchor. Now you see a lot of people using this in raids, and there is a massive reason for this. Because of the abilities. Now, I'm going to cover all of them, but as you can see, I'm on an all account because I could not roll this on my main account for the life of me. So I've made like 50 billion alt accounts just to get this stupid Anchor. So you've got to respect my hustle, okay? But without further ado, let's obviously show the base damage. For this one, it's obviously going to be the base damage. So it's 5 base damage. Attack speed is fairly quick. Obviously, it feels a little stiff, but it does 5 base damage. which is, you know, this is pretty fire. Okay, let's try Water Erupts. So that does 40 base damage, and it's just a massive wave of water. Okay, so that's already one of the better abilities that we've showcased today, because it just makes a massive, basically, line of damage. That's all I can really put into words. Water Dance? That does 50 damage, and did you see how long that lasted? We'll try it again because, you know, obviously we didn't see it to its full extent. But let's try Warrior Mode in the meantime. I believe this gives... Yep, now this is good because, as you can see, it gives me extra HP. So already, this is, you know, is amazing. It obviously runs out after a bit, but, like, in raids, that's especially good because you need your health. Because if you're on, like, let's say 100 health, then you're going to be dying very quickly. But if you pop the Warrior Mode, then you're going to be able to live way longer than you usually should be able to, which is a pretty neat ability, and it's quite a unique one because no other weapon really has that. Minus the Priest, which, you know, is obviously known for its healing. Right, let's try Water Dance again. Okay, so that goes on for a while, and does 30 damage per hit. Lasts way longer than most of the abilities that we've covered today, so... This is why I put it at second. There's only one weapon in my eyes that is way better than Anchor, and you're gonna see why. Right, let's try the ultimate now. So we're gonna bundle up all the zombies. Get out of there quick. Right, let's go. Now it keeps doing 28 damage, and it kind of just randomly spawns like geysers of water. So that's a really good ability. I would say the ultimate kind of lets it down. It's not as good as Katana in my eyes. It's not as good as Hand Fan, and it's not as good as Chainsaw in my eyes. But the ultimate is still very good. Obviously, I think the abilities very much carry this class. Without further ado, what is the best weapon that isn't a divine, a limited, or even a raid weapon? I'm glad you asked, and that is why the scissors. These scissors are amazing, and I'm gonna show you exactly why, okay? I had to spin like 100 times on my main just to get this back, and I don't even have Prodigy on it anymore because I recorded a video and had to spin off my Prodigy scissors. But they're amazing. I hope you remember this, guys. I highly recommend them because of their weapon damage. I will find you. But let's just try them without further ado. So straight away, we do 33 damage. Now, I will say the base damage of this is 5. I know that for a fact, okay? So don't even try and contest me because I know that for a fact, okay? But look, it tears. It tears. The attack speed is kind of similar to Anchor. So just keep that in mind. Like, the base attack speed isn't as quick as this for you, maybe. But let's try Quadra Slice, and I'm going to show you exactly why this weapon is so good. It tears. 55 damage, 60 plus damage on a crit. It's amazing. It is actually an amazing weapon. Okay, Gashing Throw. 63 damage, 36 damage. Happy days, it does loads of damage. And let's try Destroyer. You already know what Destroyer is going to do. Tear them apart. 207 damage. I believe it does 103 damage base. So, that's amazing. That is actually amazing. I love these scissors. I don't know if it's already... like, pretty obvious that I love these, but I adore these. They are so good. Now that we showed the weapon's damage, attack speed, and abilities, let's try the ultimate. So I'll be back with you in a second. Let's try the ultimate now. We got loads of zombies. I love it so much. It does 30 damage. I don't know how you... It's the bomber zombies. They ruin every time. I'm not even joking. But no, it is an amazing weapon to use, and I highly recommend it. It is so fun to use. Its abilities, really good damage wise. It's just base damage is pretty decent, okay? When you upgrade and have like all these cosmetics and pets, they're going to be way better than what they are for you. They're going to be like similar to what they are for me, okay? Like passives, pets, and cosmetics. Once you have them, this is even better than what it is normally, because even without all of the stuff I just said, these are still amazing damage-wise because of the abilities, because of the ultimate, okay? I highly recommend that, okay? Right, and with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, then make sure to like and subscribe. Comment as well, boost me in the algorithm, you know how it is. And yeah, I would highly recommend all of these weapons if you have no luck with the vines, and hopefully this did help you understand the weapon's abilities, its damage, as well as its ultimate. So with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!